Good evening and welcome to the premiere. Tonight we see the Grand Slam World Series, robots from across the world taking on the UK team to see which group is the best. Strap yourselves in, you are not going to want to miss this. It's Christmas time once again in the Grand Slam arena, and you'd better believe that we are going to have some fighting fun as teams from the UK take on teams from the rest of the world in a very special episode. A simple contest for world domination across the continents. Who will take home the points and reign out as the leading authority of robotics in the entire world? In just 6 fights' time, we will know who has won this competition and who will reign supreme. Welcome to the Grand Slam. This is the World Series. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Grand Slam. This time we're in the World Series special, where 6 robots from the rest of the world are taking on 6 robots from the UK. Only the best can compete, and only the best will win out of these. There are 6 matches tonight, 6 chances to earn points across the evening, a point per win, and no points if you lose. It's that simple. So without further ado, let's move into the bit where we see who's fighting who. A very exciting and stacked fight card for you. We have Lucky and Supernova returning from the Whiteboard Special, Dietor returned from last Christmas, Fiasco, they're all rebuilt since then, Crustacean and Bulldog Breed, they are back out of retirement, Valhalla 2, Tempest and Steel Serpent, the newbies, and we also have rebuilds of past brilliant robots, Bulldozer, Extremis 3, Firestorm 6 return, and King Cobra is also here. And we'll see more from them in a minute, but it is Firestorm 6 that we start with this evening, competing for Team UK, the front hinge flipper with a superb driver at the helm, that is Graham Bone, but limited CO2 supply on board. They'll have to watch that when they go up against Lucky from Canada. This 4-bar flipper has a very unique way of attacking its opponents, gets them up the wedge and then punches them across the arena. Very exciting and fun to watch, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this fight goes.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
So here we go, some flipper on flipper action for you to start the evening. It's Lucky in with the first attack coming in to the front end of Firestorm. Interesting that they have the lower ground clearance. I didn't think that would be the case. Firestorm 6 has that really very low ground clearance, pushing them onto the floor flipper there. Finally finding that area of ground clearance. I think they're going to have to try and attack the sides if Lucky seems so low at the front. Either that or damage that front wedge. That would be the tactics for Graham Bone and Firestorm 6, but Lucky I think are going to need to self-right sooner or later. Yes, they're trying it, they're struggling. That 4-bar flipper, a bit weird really, and it's a bit difficult to self-right. In at the side once again, Firestorm, and you can just see Lucky struggling there to self-right, and not overly lucky in doing so. That seems to be the case with Lucky most of the time, spending half of their time on their back, on their side in this fight. Matilda coming in for a look. They are in a CPZ, so this is perfectly legal. Matilda in with a flip, coming in once again. You can see from the overhead camera, just trying to do something to Lucky. They're righted, so Matilda very helpful there. And back in her CPZ, she has to return back there after her attack is complete. Firestorm are not held by those rules and can attack as much as they like, and are doing so. They're in underneath Lucky once again, flipping once again, Lucky trying to self-right once again, and that's enough of me saying once again. Lucky now self-righting, well done to them. It is a very challenging machine to self-right, and Firestorm are not making life easy for them, getting flipped over and over and over, but caught on the spikes there. Firestorm upside down now, and they don't seem to be bringing that flipper back down. This is an issue they've had before. They can't quite close it when it's like that. Now they're trapped on their side. Can they close that flipper? I wonder what has happened. Are they damaged? Are they bent, buckled, broken? Is this a repeat of what we've seen before? Attack at the wrong time, getting hit into the sidewall. No, the flipper is down. They are back on their wheels. Lucky has righted them. So, well, that's interesting. Onto the floor flipper. Firestorm with another flip. That flipper staying up though, and I think that flipper is slightly damaged. They don't seem to be doing too well. Good grief. That was a big flip from the floor flipper. And doesn't the arena look all Christmassy and festive? I'm sure the Roboteers are loving that as they're being tossed around it. Good stuff. Well, Firestorm, what else have you got for Lucky? Not a lot, it would seem. They're on the drum of despair, doom, gloom, trying to escape it. There is some damage. Look, that wheel has gone. The wheel on the front left side, as you're looking at it now, right in front of you, that front wheel has gone missing. I'm not sure where or when it came off, but it has gone. The floor flipper going off there almost took Lucky with it. I think that is the plan for Firestorm now. Not having to use their own flipper, that is good tactics, seeing as it is a little bit bent and broken. We are coming into the last few seconds of this fight. There is Cease, and it will go to the judges. An excellent fight between these two. Well, here is what the judges will be looking at. They're marking out of aggression, damage and control. There's points split between the robots for each things, but you can see Lucky started the fight very, very well. Firestorm got caught out a few times, a few struggling moments, but then came back kicking, screaming and doing very well to do so. Lucky got some damage on them. That wheel went missing. We still don't know quite where it went. Firestorm used the arena. We'll wait for the judge's decision, and it is in, and it is a split decision, this one. On damage, they've given it to Lucky. The flipper on Firestorm was definitely broken in some way, shape or form. The wheel removed didn't hinder Lucky at all. On aggression, they've given it to Firestorm because it was dominating the fight. And control, they have also gone for Firestorm, and there is the decision. Firestorm draw first blood for Team UK and get that all-important first point on the board. Team Rest of the World now trailing will have to try and keep up with the team from the UK. And that is how we go into our second fight. And who is in our second fight? Well, let me tell you. It's a clash between teams from Belgium and the UK as King Cobra take on Tempest. Tempest, a new robot to the competition. They're competing in Series 2 of the Grand Slam but are finding their feet in this first fight. They are an articulated vertical spinner. That means that they can lift up that front assembly. So they've almost got two weapons there. It's a multi-weapon design, as it says. However, their exposed wheels might be dinner for King Cobra, a snake with a big bite. This is the redesign that we've seen previously in Robot Wars. They are more used to driving a pusher on the live scene with Brutus. I wonder whether that will be a hindrance to them, but they are incredibly quick still. This should be a very good fight.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
So a bit of an unknown this one. Tempest, a very new machine. King Cobra we've not seen fight in the Grand Slam yet. I wonder how well they'll do. But all the way from Belgium, representing the rest of the world. And Tempest in with some early attacks, doing very well. That spinner deadly. They've just taken off the head! Oh my god! I never thought I would see this power from Tempest, but King Cobra not giving up. As I said, they're used to driving a wedge. This will probably benefit them, if I'm honest. The head of King Cobra coming clean off within the first few seconds of this. What is actually happening? I genuinely don't know. Tempest, a really nice new build. Four-wheel drive, very exposed wheels, very battle-boxy. King Cobra, some exposed wheels, but is invertible. Been flipped there, going onto the floor flipper again. Tactically using the floor flipper, getting back upright so it's easier to know which way's which. Good tactics there from them, putting Tempest onto the floor flipper. They are going to have to self right now. Slow to, but do manage it with ease. That flipper almost on the front there doing some awesome work early on. The vertical spinner, I still can't believe it. Removed the head of King Cobra. King Cobra being flipped across the arena. There's the arena button. It's Roguehouse Robot. Here comes Matilda in for an attack on Tempest, and she is angry. Have you stolen her Christmas sherry? I think you probably have, Tempest. Tempest? No, what are you doing? Oh, I don't believe it! What an attack from Tempest! Just coming in and dominating this fight. Really, really strong performance from them. Coming in for another attack on King Cobra. King Cobra, what have you got for Tempest, if I'm honest? Pushing back now. There is the arena button once again. The drum is active. And now coming in for another attack. No, Tempest fending them off with that front attack. The flipping spikes at the front, the forks. the vertical spinner on board. This machine is awesome. I'm a big fan of Tempest already. Now, I'm unbiased completely, of course, King Cobra. You rock, but come on, Team UK. Tempest, what a choice, and what a robot to take up the mantle of representing the UK here. They are not letting it go easily, and they are doing superbly well. They're not there, though. Don't go on the spikes, Tempest. That is not a good place to go. King Cobra coming in for another attack, another push. Pushing all around towards the floor flipper, another flip. Tempest need to learn the arena hazards, I feel. It is their first time in the arena, but are doing very well for it. Another flip on King Cobra, as you just saw, and another one. What a move that was. Not letting King Cobra up for a second, because if they do, this is what happens. Another good push. The team from Belgium doing very well to fight back. Very back and forth fight, but is Tempest on top? They are for me. Another attack onto the side of King Cobra, and just all over them like a rash. This is an excellent first performance from Tempest. Really, really good stuff. And they are going to do well in Series 2, I reckon. But we are coming into the last few seconds. There is Cease. And this one goes to the judges. What an amazing fight. Well, while the judges review the footage of this fight and make their decision, we can review the highlights and what highlights they are. This was a truly phenomenal fight for me. King Cobra could do nothing really to Tempest. Tempest always had an answer, always had a way back, even when flipped, turned turtle, whatever. They were always back on the attack within a few seconds, and usually with some form of counter. The beheading, the flipping of Matilda, the constant aggression from them surely has them the victory here for me. We shall have to wait and see what the judges say, but I can't imagine it will take them very long at all. So we have the results in from the judges' decision, and it is a very, very clear win to Tempest to win again for Team UK. That's 2 points on the board now to Team Rest of the World's 0. Team Rest of the World will have to make back some ground, and I wonder if they will in our next matchup. And what a matchup it is. The newbie Steel Serpent from Australia taking on Extremis 3, the rebuild to last year's Extremis 2, which proved very dangerous indeed. They will be seeded as they head into Series 2, fully rebuilt, new red colour scheme looking more dangerous than ever, and with an awesome invertible nature now. This should help them out greatly. They are going up against the wonderful Steel Serpent, which is built like a brick, the team tell us. Now, they are very unusual in the fact that they say they have ramming spikes, but unique weaponry. We've seen ramming spikes before, so what could possibly be new? We'll have to wait and see.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
So what on earth is Steel Serpent's weaponry? I cannot wait to find out. At the minute it just seems to be a pusher, and well, that's a shame. Extremis 3, however, very destructive, very... Oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. The head of the beast, really, just shot out of Steel Serpent and attacked Extremis 3, pushing it into the CPZ of Crisis. Crisis, oh my god, very nearly got Extremis 3 out of the arena there, but Steel Serpent able to come in for another attack, because Extremis 3 is very much still in the arena and still a presence and still a threat. Steel Serpent now coming in once more, and oh dear, it just seems to have ejected its head. Well, that's not a euphemism, and now they're making a beeline for the pit. Yep, there is the pit. And Steel Serpent, you'd better pray that you are as sturdy as you said you were. As it is, I can see another bit of Steel Serpent lying on the arena floor. Extremis 3 coming in for another hit. And are we going to see Steel Serpent do anything miraculous? Do they have a spare head, perhaps? Or magical sparkle dust? No, but they almost very nearly pushed Extremis 3 into the pit, and that would have been an upset and a half, I think. Steel Serpent still in one working piece, however. Well, several working pieces are, but not for much longer. They are into the pit, and Extremis 3 get the win there. There is Cease. It's all over, and another win for Team UK. And I seem to be repeating myself this evening as Team UK pick up yet another point. It's 3-0 currently. Team Rest of the World desperately need somebody to take down a UK bot. Perhaps our next competitor from the rest of the world can do so. It's Dietor returning for the first time since last Christmas, more on that in just a moment, but they are going up against Bulldozer. Can you believe it's been over a year since we last saw Bulldozer? A shocker, that one. They have completely rebuilt since then, and they have two little mini-bots with them, named Bucket and Spade. I wonder how well Bulldozer will do. They are up against a superb flipper in Dietor. Now, Dietor has been fully rebuilt, as I alluded to earlier. The picture doesn't reflect that, because they haven't sent us an updated photo of them yet. Naughty Dietor team, but it is all rebuilt, all looking very nice indeed, and could do the business.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
So here we go, a fight between two Series 1 competitors, both rebuilt since then. Bulldozer hoping that front lifting thing will actually stay attached for a bit longer. Dietor hoping it won't rip itself in half by using the flipper. Sort of a bit of a design flaw if you're using a flipper, I think. Bulldozer in with the early attacks here. Dietor having to self-right, that is the test. They have managed it without ripping themselves apart, so that is already a major improvement on last series. And now Bucket or Spade, I can't remember which one's which, they look identical, is playing with Kodiak, so that's lovely for them. What is going to happen next? I don't think anyone can tell really what's going to happen in this fight, but oh dear. Well, unfortunately the rebuild, though nice, and the robot is more compact, invertible, better, unfortunately that front scoop has come off again, so Bulldozer, you might have to go back to the drawing board there. Now the other minibot playing with Kodiak, Dietor, just putting Bulldozer and all of its associated bits wherever it chooses, up in the corner of the arena. And what's happened to Dietor's flipper there? It doesn't seem to be touching the floor. They're still managing to get under Bulldozer though, that's alright then, but that flipper is definitely not touching the floor, definitely not doing what it should be doing now. Oh dear! Oh god. Well, Bulldozer seems to have been flipped out of the arena. So despite the broken flipper, Dietor has managed to stay in one piece throughout this fight. Bulldozer hasn't. Bulldozer has launched out of the arena, and that is that. A win for the team rest of the world. And is visual confirmation. You can see that 1 point now on the board for team rest of the world, but with only 2 fights left, if they stand any chance of even drawing with Team UK, they're going to have to win these next 2 fights, hands down. And our next fight is a bit of a match of retired robots. Crustacean and Bulldog Breed, both from the classic series of Robot Wars. Crustacean actually came back for the modern series, didn't last very long. Bulldog Breed improved a new style of flipper for them. It's all flipper, this front panel now. It looks amazing, but they still think their removable link is their biggest weakness. They are, of course, fighting Crustacean, as I said. This machine just keeps coming back for more action, really. Those pincers designed to grip when the gloves are closed, they keep going on about them. But apparently they're not spinner-proof, which shouldn't be an issue because they're up against a flipper, but how durable does that make them, I wonder?
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
So the crab against the dog, which will be the victor. The crab, Crustacean coming in for a little grip. Bulldog Breed sorting them out though with a flip into Shunt CPZ, and they will not want to be in there. Broiled crab, not for me, thank you. I'm not that hungry at this point in time, especially not for metal robots. They wouldn't taste very nice. Bulldog Breed now back underneath Crustacean and just flipping it all around the arena. Crustacean seemed to have stopped momentarily, and what a flip there! Oh, good grief. There's a lot of damage now on Crustacean. The claw has come off one side. They have one pincer left. They are just being taken apart. This is like an actual dog attacking a crab. Just pulling it apart. They're all very nearly out the arena. And now pushing them into the lower CPZ, unoccupied by a house robot. But has Crustacean got anything left for Bulldog Breed? I don't know. Oh, no, they haven't anymore. Good grief. Look at that. Straight up and out of the arena from over halfway across. That's some wheelie big cheese stuff there. That is an amazing flip and a win for Team UK, which means they have won overall, but there's still one fight left. So confirmation of the points, even though there's only one fight left. There is no way back for Team Rest of the World. Team UK have it, but they can still play for pride, can Team Rest of the World, and that's exactly what they're going to do as Supernova takes on Valhalla 2 in our final fight of the evening. Supernova we've seen just previously in the whiteboard special, very destructive, but that was against several lightweight robots. How will they do against a heavyweight in Valhalla 2? This, the team from United Kingdom. Hammerbot, they want to rival Thor. Sturdy front wedge on them, but they worry about the power of the hammer being too weak. They will have to worry as Supernova has an incredibly strong and powerful spinner. They can take things apart with ease, especially if they're tiny little robots, as we saw previously and as I alluded to just now. However, they are difficult to control and that spinner doesn't seem to work very well when they're upside down.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
So here we go for the final fight of the evening. Supernova up to speed already, but Valhalla just sort of bounced off that spinner, or did the spinner bounce off of Valhalla? That front armour on Valhalla, very strong, the team say. It's impervious to spinners, we shall see about that. You are up against possibly one of the most deadly in the competition to this date. Them and Extremis, I think, are probably the ones to watch for spinners, but more will follow in suit. Supernova upside down. Now the arena button again. It's Roguehouse Robot. In comes Growler for an attack on Supernova. They've been flipped by the floor flipper. What? Arena Marshals, what are you doing? What are you doing to our poor doggo? He's upside down. How is he meant to attack anyone like that? The hammer of Valhalla coming down once again. Very good at controlling Supernova, pushing them into the drum, and that will not be helping Supernova, or will it? They're up the right way now, coming in for a side-on attack on Valhalla. Valhalla driving away to escape that. They need to get that front armour back into the spinner, otherwise it will be susceptible, and as you can see there, just being swatted away by Supernova. The spinner catching an edge, catching another, just bouncing away. Supernova before long is going to start causing some damage. There it is. I said it wouldn't be long, and I was right. Oh, good grief. The whole wedge just taken out. They need to have put that front wedge right up against Supernova's spinner. Otherwise that would have happened, and I don't see a way back for Valhalla at this point. There goes a wheel. This is bullying now from Supernova. This is showing they are the dominant force in the arena at this point in time. Valhalla is going to have to do some repair work, I feel. Supernova just taking its last few hits, and oh, good grief, there's the coup de grace. That is it. Valhalla torn to shreds. They are sent to Valhalla. They're going to need to rest in many pieces, I think. Supernova celebrating, doing their death spin, and that is that. A win for the rest of the world at this final battle. They have got their pride back, and it was brought to them through Supernova. Well done to the team. And whoops, that's a lot of damage. So the final scores, Team UK finished with 4 to Team Rest of the World 2. It means it's a win for Team UK. Congratulations to all the teams that took part in this competition, especially if you're on Team UK and just won it. And commiserations to the Rest of the World team. Better luck next time. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, do subscribe to the channel, and do support us on Patreon if you can. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in 2020 for Series 2.